Hello everyone, what's up? It is time for more Cowboy Bebop. Today we're doing episode 9, just one episode today. I was kind of doing 2 episodes for a few videos because I had sort of time in my schedule to do it. But now I have Futurama also in this day slot, so if I am doing 2 episodes of Cowboy Bebop and 1 episode of Futurama, and generally it's also the same day that I record One Piece content, it's too much. So I've gone back down to 1 episode for now, but I might go back up to 2 episodes, I don't know. We'll see. But for now, let's enjoy this 1 episode of Cowboy Bebop. It's episode 9, and I can't help but notice, normally I don't really look into this stuff, and I didn't purposefully look into it, but when I clicked on Netflix Cowboy Bebop play today, I saw that the episode was titled Jamming with Edward, which I imagine maybe means we'd meet Ed in this episode. I don't know much about Ed at all. I think Ed is a girl. I think like a sort of androgynous looking girl, I think, and I'm pretty sure Ed is kind of weird. And also in my head, Ed, she's like an inventor or something, but I don't know that for sure. I think I've just maybe seen a picture of Ed with like I don't know, a welding mask or something, and then maybe I invented in my head what I thought this character would be, but I do not know. Like Faye Valentine, for example, I'd always seen Faye Valentine's design, and I'd, heard about this character, and I'd seen lots of fan art of her, but I didn't expect her to be how she is in the series. I thought she would be sort of more cool, calm, and collected. But she's actually, I wouldn't describe her as any of that stuff. I mean, she's cool, but not because she's cool, She doesn't give off the energy of the cool girl. She did for the first 10 seconds that she was in an episode, but as soon as she meets Spike, that all fell apart. So now she's sort of like everything's falling apart on her, and also she's trying to do something selfish and slimy and greedy just for her own benefit at any given point. But she also has a little bit of heart in there. That's my interpretation of her character right now in the, I don't know, 5 episodes or whatever that I've seen her in. So anyway, let's jump into this episode of Cowboy Bebop. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. You can get next week's episode on my Patreon account right now. Go check that out. But otherwise, let's jump into this episode of Cowboy Bebop. Okay. 2001 A Space Odyssey-esque beginning. Whoa! Okay, just lasering a picture into the surface. Whoa. Well, that's kind of cool.
38 is sunny. Slight
Okay,
this morning.
tell me about you.
Chance of 10%.
What, are you on the internet? Is that what this is supposed to be? Bebop.
Here, all right, woohoo!
Oh my gosh.
Huh?
You can type with your toes? I don't think I can do that, but I've never tried, I guess.
Suddenly in the off-limits area formerly known as South America.
Still doing that bonsai tree.
In-depth analysis.
Yuri Kellerman, of course.
So,
Ew.
what can you tell us about these land carvings?
Don't love your voice.
About them.
By lasers coming from a man-made satellite.
Mhm.
A satellite that is a prank pulled by a net diver who hacked into the satellite's mainframe.
That makes
And
sense.
They just put out an $8 million reward for the culprit. That's a very substantial bounty.
Ooh.
Careful by a hacker. Aliens may have planted the idea in the hacker's mind.
Oh my god, why'd you get this guy
From us.
on?
I've been trying to unmask them for years, and now I've got them.
Like, where'd you find this guy?
She's all gung-ho about this thing, you know.
I'm not the type to be led around by a woman.
Have to lead her around.
I'm even less the type to do that.
You know, 3, it's a nice even number.
Here we
It's
go.
true.
Hackers are boring. And chasing him's more boring.
Oh, really? That's why he's not interested?
And this one is probably a demented otaku with smelly feet. So catching him will be a breeze.
Is that right? What do you
They
know
used
about hackers anyway?
the word otaku in a
Might have been
dub
like that
back
when you were
then
young.
here?
That was a- Can't tell a woman's age by looking at her. Oh,
And you,
You two make a lovely couple.
I'm waiting.
Like a souvenir.
Lost long ago. For commentary, here's Dr. Amjad.
Yes, yes.
Can you tell us about the relationship
Yes,
between
yes.
the
Moon rocks began to shower the planet recurrently. Forced
Okay.
to migrate underground, the people
I
of
did
Earth
see the
built a
moon was,
network
like,
of
shattered
supercomputers,
apart.
thus creating a new breed of hacker with awesome powers.
Okay. So, is Ed a hacker? I mean, it looks like hacker slash inventor, mechanic. And definitely seems weird so far.
Radical Edward, come out!
Radical
It's the
Edward.
police.
Oh, wow.
Possible.
She's a fucking watchdogs hacker. Oh my god. Whoa. Is that like Ed's logo? So that's showing that Ed's hacked into it. Oh.
Bebop says code.
Okay, so Ed wasn't the one to hack into the satellites, but is now gonna look for that
Let's start
person,
with all
maybe?
the transmitter.
Yeah, it's probably Ed Brown.
Whoa.
He's a big mother, like maybe 7 feet tall. Used to play basketball, at least that's what everyone said.
They call him Radical Edward.
Okay, they're saying
Beautiful
he,
yet whimsical technique.
but they're also saying a lot of other.
A freak of nature who loves horrible pranks.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying a lot of conflicting information, so I feel like Ed is a girl.
One of those operations.
It could be, that could be like a twist, maybe.
You must mean Radical
That Ed is a
Edward.
girl and I
He's an
just have
alien,
heard that.
That's what I heard.
Or maybe Ed's a boy and I just heard wrong.
Satellite that got hacked into. Tell me where you are. Ed wants those coordinates. Inside Ed's head. Inside the system.
Oh, what the fuck? Wait, we're already halfway through? What? I feel like nothing's happened.
You here always.
This is weird.
Processing unit on the D-135 artificial satellite.
Okay.
Too stuffy. I know. What if I call you MPU?
Why?
What was that?
Like CPU, only neater.
Oh,
Ed
NPU?
is short for- Ed made it up, you know. Nice to meet you.
Souvenir from Earth.
Cute.
Supposed to eat this thing?
Those.
At least I got some information out of him. Our prime target is. a
Aw,
hacker named
Iron
Radical
wants it.
Edward. Yes, I do.
Careful, what if it's not food?
Well, he's a 7-foot-tall ex-basketball pro, Hindu guru, drag queen alien.
Earth was a beautiful planet where people lived in the hills and valleys and by the river. I tried to create the carvings the way they used to be.
Oh,
This is interesting.
you
This
mean
reminds me of
morbid
God
people.
in
They were just
Futurama
sad because
that
you
Bender
missed them.
talks to.
Yes, the police are jamming my signal.
What?
Ah.
Hey,
We're not the only ones tracking Radical Edward.
Uh-oh. Is it gonna create a message?
hey guys.
Oh.
Found your bounty head.
A voice message.
What the? That you know Edward?
Because Edward is Edward.
Ugh, there's no
Do
time
you-
for games. What's up with that satellite?
Do you talk in third person?
I could just tell you, I suppose.
No, you don't.
But then I'd want a favor in return.
Because you just said I.
Favor? Yeah.
To communicate with the other satellites in the network. Then
Okay.
create a direct link and download MPU. Computers for flying or shooting.
What's that?
What? Really?
Do it all manually?
Manually, yeah.
All the attack fire. There's zillions of them and they've all got kill lasers.
Ah, well, you guys can do
Wow,
it.
is this too hard for you?
More like impossible. It's like trying to play baseball without a bat.
Now this is the kind of stuff I like. Let's do it.
Now it's not boring anymore. If it was a regular hacker, it would be a boring mission.
Edward knows everything. Last week you were on Mars chasing a
So
bounty.
sometimes you do
I
speak in
just
third
got away.
person.
That way you can fire the lasers without the computer.
I'm trusting you on this.
Listen, you'll only have one chance.
That's all I'm gonna need.
All right. You wanted to do this, Spike, so do it right.
If you do it, Ed won't take any of the reward.
Oh, well,
She's
now,
in.
Aren't you a nice kid?
Oh man, these sorts of scenes in space are stressful. Those micro adjustments that they need to make. Oh shit. Oh!
Me coming. An attack satellite blocked my laser blast.
Oh shit. Oh shit!
Then we have to take out all the satellites in the sector.
Oh my god.
If we don't, they'll take us out.
Well, you need to use the missiles.
Oh, the cheap ones are worthless.
Whoa.
Attack satellites won't fire when you're that close.
Then what?
Have Faye act as a decoy to cover.
This is really cool. Some awesome animation.
Yes, but we'll just make a copy of you. Then we'll let them catch the copy and you'll be safe.
Okay,
Safe
that makes sense.
You must be...
friends.
Uh-huh. It's not scary.
Are we gonna recruit this thing as well? Oh!
What in the world was that all about, huh?
That's easy. It was lonely, so it drew some friends.
Yeah. It did seem to be working on emotions of some sort.
Keeps yelling something about a promise?
Some promises are made to be broken. And
Oh, come on,
most of
Faye.
them are. Now come on, lift off.
She's just gonna scam Ed.
Coming for Ed, ooh la la.
Aww. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Why are we going down there? What's going on?
You don't have control anymore.
That Ed could become a real member of Bebop.
The term bounty is legal context, only applies to humans
Oh,
or other
no.
life forms. Dub's legal precedent is clear. Biological logistics rejects the...
What does it all mean?
It's
They-
bad
no
news.
bounties.
They won't pay no bounty on no
Yep.
people or no cow.
That's fucked.
Guys who caught it, my heart goes out to you.
They did all that work and still didn't get paid, of course.
Jet, kids, animals,
And women.
women with attitudes.
Okay, women with attitude specifically.
Why do we have all three of them neatly gathered in our ship?
Single Wulong.
Hey, you're a girl.
Okay, there you go. Hey, you're a girl.
Nothing good ever comes from Earth.
They figured it out by the end of the episode. Cool. Alright, that was Cowboy Bebop episode 9. That was a good episode. I mean, it was I would say the story of it, like the sort of mystery type thing that was going on, was probably one of the least interesting ones of the show, just in terms of like the story on its own. But like, it felt like it was just kind of an excuse for them to bring Ed into the show. So like, because Ed was the interesting part of this episode. And I did like her from what we saw so far, you know. I mean, kind of goofy, you know, silly kind of kid. I will need to see like how I feel about Ed in future episodes, but I feel like I'm gonna like her. I think she's gonna be an entertaining character. She's gonna be fun. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy having her in the show. I like that like last little bit of Spike saying, "There's 3 things that I hate: animals, kids, and women with attitudes." And now, why do we have all 3? It's like Spike is just trying to do his job and get money, and they can't get money. They just can't do it. They're allergic to money, despite being incredibly capable people who do some really amazing feats. It doesn't matter because they don't get paid, because there's always some reason they can't get paid. Either the bounty target will get killed for one reason or another, or they'll, you know, the bounty target wasn't real, or it was you know, in this case it's a computer, and technically the government's like, actually bounties only apply to humans, so we're not gonna pay you shit. Like, see, I think I would have just had to say to the cops, like, look, there's a bounty here, so can you pay us up front before we give this over to you, because otherwise I'm afraid you're going to scam us out of it. But, you know, it's the government. They're probably going to be like, well, you're holding on to illegal technology there or something, so then they can just confiscate it from you. So it probably doesn't matter, but it's just like, it's very frustrating, but that's the point of the show, is I don't think they're ever going to get a payday until maybe the end of the season or whatever, or the end of the series, rather, where I imagine then maybe they'll get some money. But it's funny and frustrating. It's one of those shows where it's like, knowing that they're not going to get paid all the time does make me, like, while I'm watching the episode, just go, well, it doesn't fucking matter what happens. Sometimes I'll do that with shows. I mean, that's part of the reason that I tend to not love, like, Monster of the Week type shows, even though I would say this is one of the best ones out there from what I've seen. I'm only 9 episodes in, but it is nailing that concept, and I love this show. This show is really great. But yeah, it still has that part of it that I don't like, which is the idea of always going back to the status quo at the end. Now, at least, you know, the status quo, they are adding members, but I think now we've got our members. Like, I don't think there's anyone other than Spike, Jet, Faye, and Ed in the Bebop crew. I don't think. If there is, I don't know if I've seen much about them, you know, so that would be kind of crazy to me. If I've gone all these years and I've always seen those characters, but never saw another character that ends up getting added to the crew. So I think we've got our crew now. I imagine that's it. We've chopped out. And Iron. I have to add Iron to it as well. That it would be unfair to cut him out. But yeah, I liked this. I liked Ed. I love Faye, but I'm also angry at Faye that she tried to scam Ed out of it. Especially, like, you know, Ed had like a small request of just like, hey, I want a favor, and in exchange for that, I'm not going to take any of the money. And Faye loved that. She was so happy that Edward wasn't going to try to take any of her hard-earned cash. But you know what? I guess in Faye's eyes, like, we didn't get paid. So if we didn't get paid, but we have to still pay our share, which is having Ed join, that isn't fair. So I guess maybe she has a leg to stand on in there, but it's still, I mean, come on, you promised that would happen, and I don't think, I mean, it's annoying, sure, like, it would probably be annoying to bring Ed along, but at the same time, like, Ed majorly helped you. You know, those were big things, and probably helped you in a, like, told you about important things that could have gotten you killed if you did them wrong. And since she told them about all of those, what if they were just investigating on their own, and then they didn't know about those, and then they got killed by the lasers out there or whatever? Like, that would have been very bad. So Edward might have saved their life, so she deserves a reward. And if the reward is, I just want to hang out with you guys, then great. But yeah, anyway, I don't think there's anything else I really want to talk about in that episode. As I said, the actual story part of the episode, there wasn't too much going on. I don't feel like, anyway. But you know, she's the main thing I wanted to talk about. So that's it for Cowboy Bebop episode 9. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.